Hey everyone, Allie here from Allie Olson Sewing Patterns. Today I'm going to show you how to modify the Kila Tank Sewing Pattern to give it more of a swing silhouette. The Kila Tank Sewing Pattern is available for purchase at allieolson.com, and if you haven't yet, I recommend checking out our How to Sew the Kila Tank video for a step-by-step tutorial on sewing this design start to finish. Okay, you might be wondering, why would we want to make the Kila Tank a swing top? That's a good question. Well, as it's designed, the Kila Tank is a fitted tank top from the bust through the hips. And that makes it really easy to tuck into high-waisted pants, shorts, and skirts because it's fitted through the waist. But a tank top that is that fitted, especially through the waist, isn't always the most comfortable tank top, let's say, to work out in or to wear to bed. So by using the slash and spread method, we'll be adding some width to the tank top below the bust to make it less fitted. Okay, let's get started. Straight away, I'm going to take off some length from the hem. I want this tank top to be cropped. This is personal preference, so I'm removing 4 inches in length, but this step is not at all necessary. If you want your tank top to be longer, you can leave the full length. I'm aligning the front and back bodice hems and removing that length from the pattern pieces at the same time. Now on the front bodice, I'm measuring about 2 inches down from the underarm seam. This is the line, the horizontal line where the bust apex point is located on the pattern for all sizes. So I'm going to draw a horizontal line there. And then along that line, I'll mark roughly every inch with my ruler, and I'll draw a vertical line down to the hem at each of those intervals. Now I'm using my rotary blade to cut those lines from the hem just up to the horizontal line, but not through it. I want the pattern to hinge at those points, so I want to leave a little bit of paper attached there. Now I'm cutting along the horizontal line from the center front bodice to the side seam. Again, I'm stopping just before the side seam to create a hinge there. So don't worry if you cut through it like I did here. You can just use a bit of tape to recreate the hinge. And now I'm going to take my pattern piece and place it on a new piece of tracing paper. You can see that I'm sort of fanning out the sections of the lower bodice so they're more or less equal distance apart. In this case, I'm spreading them so each section is about 1/2 inch apart, but there's really no need to be super precise here. I also have a little gap at the center front, that's totally okay, and my side seam is still attached at the hinge. Once I have everything spread out, I'll tape it down to the tracing paper, and I use my rulers to smooth out all the lines. My hem has a bit of a curve now from the spreading, and so I'll use my French curve to draw that line, and I'll use my straight ruler to even up the center front. Okay, now I'm going to do the exact same thing on the back bodice. You can see I wasn't super exact with the spacing on my slashes. That's totally okay. I'm spreading them more or less the same amount as I did on the front. And since your pattern piece is connected at the side seam, that length will be the same as the front bodice. So you don't need to worry about making them the same length. They will automatically stay the same length as long as there's a hinge there. Okay, so here's what my 2 bodice pattern pieces look like after the modifications. And we're ready to cut from the fabric. So this is pretty simple. I'm just using my rotary blade to cut out the tank top, just like you see in the pattern layout instructions. And here I'm using the alternate binding method to cut extra long bindings that I'll trim after I sew them on. That's my preferred method. If you want to see how that's done, you can check out our How to Sew the Kila Tank video for more information. And really, that's all it is. You can now sew the Kila Tank like you normally would. The result will be a tank top with a little bit more ease to the waist and a bit more movement. If you'd like to see more content like this, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel or you can check out allieolson.com. Happy sewing!